Everyone, or good morning if you're watching this after the fact. Um, it's just one of our good fun times here, good episodes. We got Wally with me, my co-host for the evening. Alex is busy with a real life job, doing a press conference for Mississippi State University.
Wow.
You and yeah, real life. But anyway, here we are in the West Ham world. Um, this is the bitch mail episode. We did get quite a few voicemails. We have three in particular that we saved that were worth playing back for you. So before we get into it, really, I want to explain this a little bit. So we're trying to figure out how to get the phone message so that anybody can call. We're not sure if maybe you can call from like I don't know. We're told you could probably do it from Hangouts dialer. So if you're not in the United States, you can still call our number from some other form of free internet phone service. If you can figure it out, give us a call. In the meantime, we're trying to figure out a way for you all to be able to leave us a message because I'm pretty sure some of the better messages would be from those in the UK and or even if Neil from Australia decided that he would want to give us a message as well, that'd be cool.
And there's a
Or
lot of
friends,
bitching to be done.
yeah, or the two, or the friends in Hong Kong and Brazil and everything else. So we really want to hear your voice as well. That's what this is all about. We started this to hear from everyone, but at this time, we've only heard from um, American residents. So if you are American, or if you want to, if you're not American, you want to attempt to give us a call, the phone number is 1512 we the letter R AHTV. It's right on the screen actually, or um, it's actually this. It's 512-937-2488, and leave us a voicemail like the few that you're going to hear. We did get a couple good ones, so we're going to get right into that, I guess. Um, Wally, before we do, I would kind of like to get your opinion on what you witnessed this Saturday.
Well, you know what? I took Charlie Boy's advice and I bought a turtle and I gave it some Xanax and I took
See,
some myself. So I was pretty calm,
there you go. I
But
honestly, I think
I
it was. Go ahead.
yeah, I am completely baffled like what is going on because Burnley were just coming at us when willy-nilly. Even they scored 3 goals, but also Roberto actually made several decent saves, so they were getting lots of chances, and I don't know that we created maybe but one or two. It
It was
was
like 35 minutes before we had a shot on goal.
Yeah, it was baffling. I'm just baffled. I don't know what to think.
I was
So
I wasn't sure what I was watching.
yeah,
I kept thinking I'm still asleep, and this is a dream. I need to get up and move around and wake up or something because it was predictable. It was too easy for them. Once again, just like Newcastle, it was too easy for Burnley to just split us open.
yeah.
It just it was really sad. So it was probably the first time I've ever watched a game on TV, not shut it off, and actually wanted to shut it off multiple times and just not watch it. But I couldn't. I still wanted to see what was going to happen. It was, I guess,
Yeah.
I don't know, glutton for punishment, something. I love to watch a train wreck, I guess. I don't know, but it was pretty bad. So let,
Yeah.
let's
Actually, I
hear
went to Stowe's, so I was at Stowe's. So
what was the atmosphere like there.
well, it was we had a smaller than usual crowd.
No shots this week or
No
last week.
shots. Although Stowe was very kind and he brought out some kind of rye something or other mix, and he's like, you know what? This is more than 6 months old. I need to get rid of this. Who wants a shot of it? So
Ah,
I did get a shot, but not an official Hammers shot. So
that's
so
funny.
we had it was fun. John was there, who's been on the channel, and he brought a friend who was, I think, a Liverpool fan. So he was just kind of observing, and
Yeah,
so
observing a train
anyway,
wreck, and
yeah,
yeah,
and
because
then
of Liverpool, now Leicester is in second place
wow,
because they beat Man City. Just want to say hello to Thomas Longren. It's good to see you again in the chat room. I see. Whoa, Wally, you're there too.
Oh, I'm busy. I'm
I know.
multitasking. I'm all over.
Neil, always a pleasure, my man. And looked like Charlie Boy was in there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he said hello. Yeah.
And Ray Borum too. Ray's going to be interviewing Adam from West Ham is Why We Drink right after this with Katie from Philadelphia. So that'll be a good episode.
All right, Katie.
Stay tuned for that one. We're streaming simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube, and I do want to mention that soon, I'd say before the end of the month, we're going to be streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and now Periscope.
Whoa.
So people on Twitter will be able to watch us live as well, rather than hopping on YouTube. But listen, if you are watching this live after the fact, whatever, and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We're getting really close to 1,000. We're getting much closer. It doesn't feel like it, but we are.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So, thank you for that. We're going to be giving away some cool stuff once we hit 1,000. But please, like and subscribe, share all of our social media posts with your friends, help spread the word. I really appreciate it. And I guess I don't know why I'm delaying this, but let's get into it. I guess I know they can see what he's saying too, but you know what? I have to fix this for a second here. I don't think I set the audio to do that. So stop.
So that's the secret bitch mail.
It is. It's the
the control panel.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure I share the audio. It would be kind of stupid to just, hey everybody, read this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. Well, you can read it. You can read along. I'll play the bouncing mouse if you can see it.
I can't read that. It's too small. I'll have to listen.
All right. Here's so this is in kind of how do I put it? To put it in context, it's Adam from West Ham is Why We Drink, who is going to be interviewed right after the show.
Oh, hi. This is Adam from West Ham is Why We Drink. And first of all, for the love of God, will anyone go in goal? Anyone? Do you want to go in goal? Does the person listening to this thing want to go in goal? I mean, I'd rather my grandma, she's in hospital, she's being appropriate, but she'd be more effective in goal. I don't know why Pellegrini has to play the same crap every week, the same formation. I don't know whether I should keep drinking and do the podcast hammered, or I should try and sober up so I'm allowed to drive. I'm not driving right now, just disclaimer. I hate my life. There's nothing positive to be said.
That's a good one.
That was painful. Poor guy.
Oh man. No, I mean we all feel his pain though. Really.
Yeah.
It was a train wreck. Wally. What
It certainly
the fuck was he doing? Was he trying to punch the ball?
Oh right.
Or from the cross? Was he trying to punch the ball? Like he's been punching a lot lately.
He was, the earlier goal I think was given up because he didn't just grab the ball and hold on to it.
Yeah,
he punched it out, and then it led to I think a corner, and then I don't know what. Yeah,
it's been brutal. Listen, goalkeepers, they make saves. They all make saves. Joe Hart made some beautiful saves, but he's now a shit goalkeeper. It's just like anything else. Once you get to the point, and it happens sometimes earlier in people's careers, or sometimes even later, it's never the same with everybody. But Roberto seems to have hit that point.
Oh dear, we lost Tim. Did we?
Hello.
Oh, you're back. Okay, good.
All right, sorry. All right. So anyway, he's at the point where he can't. When you start punching, that's childish. That's like a very childish thing to do. It's not a Premier League thing to do. I don't really recollect seeing anybody else doing it this season.
Yeah, he's a big, huge guy too. He should just be rolling out there and just grabbing the ball. And
Does he not have confidence in his own two hands to
maybe,
catch a ball? That's a bad thing, right? I mean,
yeah,
that would
yeah.
you'd think would be a bad thing. Um,
Hmm.
all right, well, let's get into the next one. The next one is actually from one of the hosts, actually the host, co-host, whatever you want to call it, of American Hammers Radio, which is now on iTunes. Thank
Yeah,
God.
all right.
Took a long time to figure out how the hell to do it. So we're in there. We're also on Spotify and um,
That makes it like really legit when it's on iTunes.
it does. It
That's a
feels
legit
right.
podcast.
Sounds
Yeah,
right. Feels right.
yeah,
But the best part is that the majority of podcasters or people who listen to podcasts, definitely check out iTunes.
right.
The good news of all this is that now that we're on iTunes, now I'm actually going to be uploading our 10 most viewed interviews that we've had in our history since February. We're gonna upload those onto the podcast as well, so you can hear them,
Well,
like
cool.
listen to them or re-listen to them if you're new to watching us. So you get to hear what most everybody else listens to. What else? I'm also going to start doing not all of our shows, but the majority of our shows that we want people to hear. That might not be getting as many YouTube views as we thought they would, like you know, We Are the Girls in Claret and Blue, the West Ham
Hmm.
Women's Show. We're gonna put that
Yeah,
on
that's a
there. We're
great
gonna put.
show. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
yeah.
man. And the OG debate. We're gonna put that on there. We're gonna put Friday Night Likes and Justin from Chicago's Fixture Focus. We're gonna put
Hmm.
that on there as well. So most likely a day after the fact, it's been on YouTube, and we'll give everybody an opportunity to watch on YouTube. And then for those who don't want to hear it again, yeah, we're going to put it on the podcast. So that'll be great. A lot of big things happening over there, and we're going to start taking the podcasting more seriously. There's also a couple new shows in the works. I've been saying something like that for a long time now, it seems, but no, seriously now we've 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 really got like a new podcast and a new like show on this network on YouTube that's going to be hopefully coming out before the end of the month. So that should be really good. I'm going to be involved with one of them, and the other one not. So
Awesome.
it'll be kind of cool. Yeah, and a fresh face too. That'll be nice. Actually, a couple fresh faces. Anyway, let's hear from Tex
All
from
right.
Fresno Irons. They talk. The transcription says Fresno Lions. That's funny. All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Tex of the Fresno Irons. I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that performance today was absolute piss poor, dog shit, baby throw up, fuck. That's all I can say. The best thing I can tell you is it was like watching your parents have sex. You question why you watch it. You're not sure why you can't take your eyes off of it.
God.
A lot of awkward sounds being made. Not a lot of flexibility. It's just more disturbing than anything, and you're more mad at yourself than your actual parents for engaging in that act in front of you. That's what we watched today. It was absolutely piss poor. West Ham United, changes need to be made. This is official. I can't speak for all the Fresno Irons, but Tex of the Fresno Irons is officially on the Pellegrini out train. Very sorry, but nobody's eating your Werther's original anymore. It's time for you to go home. You can continue your seasons of Murder, She Wrote. Very clearly, that's what you're doing instead of doing tactical analysis on how to beat a shitball team like Burnley. But nonetheless, that's where we're at. Ladies and gentlemen, West Ham United, 1 step forward, 17 steps back. Fuck.
Wow, that's great. You know what? The bad play is really bringing out some great creativity among the Hammers and supporters. Boy,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
good stuff.
that's true. I see a comment in the chat room from Tom asking if we could put the podcast on SoundCloud. It was on SoundCloud, and nobody was listening to it. So I can't say I took it off. I just stopped adding them. I think we're up to like I know we just finished season, not season, Jesus Christ. Episode 14 was with the newest episode, and I think I stopped at episode 12 just because. I can't say nobody, but we're only getting on SoundCloud maybe like, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 40 people or 40 listens, per
Mhm.
episode, and that's just wasn't justifying. It just wasn't justifiable. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I had to figure out how to use SoundCloud just to listen to that. But I already have iTunes, so
Yeah, it's basically, it's if you do it from your phone, I mean, it's probably the easiest. You just download the app, which is free. It doesn't charge you, and then it asks you to log in with either your Google or your Facebook account, as versus signing up with your email or something like that, which you can do. You can sign up with your email or sign up with through Facebook or through, I think, a Gmail or something. And then once you have that account, a free account, you can listen to stuff. It's just not the easiest to navigate once you're in there. You have to
right.
hunt stuff down.
Yeah,
I tried tagging everything the best I could, but I mean, shit. I mean, I titled them American Hammers Radio. So if you can't type out American Hammers Radio. I don't know. But anyway, Thomas, um, the door isn't shut there. We just took a hiatus. If the fans demand
yeah,
American Hammers Radio to be on SoundCloud, absolutely. But listen, as of right now, Thomas, there's a lot of stuff that you can go back and listen to for sure that's still on there. But I'm pretty sure you've listened to it all, but who knows? Anyway, yeah, man, Pellegrini's tactics, man, that's what Tex was pretty much talking about for the most part. Murder sure. Oh God. He's not going to change it. It's that simple.
yeah. That's amazing. He is
Yeah.
just so stubborn.
Very stubborn,
Yeah.
and he's been that way. It's nothing new, and a lot of us, I guess, had our blinders on
Hmm.
when he came in because of his track record of success overall, not his recent China escapade and
Okay.
everything else, but it was a name for us when he
It
came
was.
in and signed with us. It was a big name, and we thought that most of us thought, oh great, this is probably the best manager we've ever signed, which probably still is one of the best managers we've ever had. But last year was literally for me an anxiety attack over and over again. You get your hopes up and then have it
Right.
crushed, and then
Yeah.
oh crap, and then oh yeah, and then oh they win, and then they lose, and then the China thing, and then this that because he lost the dressing room. No, he didn't lose the dressing room. He only lost a couple people, and then now we finish off the season strong, and then
Right.
we have an off season where we spend some money and we get some new players.
Yeah.
We
Big
kept,
optimism.
yeah, so we kept most of our players, and that that he bought the previous summer too. And then we're like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then the preseason, we're like, what's going on? Like these guys look like they're fat. They don't look like they've been playing football. They don't look like they're in shape. They're losing in some China Cup to like Wolves and Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle took us out of it right away.
Exactly. And we looked like shit. And then Bilbao, we couldn't even beat them in the friggin'
Betway Cup. Yeah, our own cup.
At home.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So, and then we get smashed by Man City. Oh, it's Man City. They're going to do it to everybody. Well, they haven't done it to everybody. Okay, they haven't, because that would be Liverpool. Liverpool's doing that to everybody this year anyway. And then we go on a little run there. We only lost that Man City game in the first 7 matches. Man City was the only loss we had, and that was like, holy shit, everybody! Like, when's the last time you watched a West Ham season where we only lost 1 out of the first 7 matches? When's the last time? I can't remember. Personally,
yeah.
Well, maybe the championship season, but besides that, so we're like, oh shit, this is great. Oh yeah, top 6, here we go, and everybody's ready now. Great, and then shit just hits the fan. Everything starts to act, feel, and everything else weird. Newport County didn't really feel that good. I'm like, oh shit, that's a pretty shitty cup game.
It was a struggle.
It was a struggle, yes, big time. Even with on paper, our bench is really good. I mean, it's not Man City bench, but it's a solid bench. We should be smashing those teams, regardless of who we have. It doesn't matter who we play, but they just weren't playing together. And then we have this draw against Villa, which was like we should have beat them. Like we should have beat a Villa. The way we were playing against Watford, Norwich, and everybody else. Looking back, Norwich and Watford at the bottom of the table. But besides that, I mean, just the way they looked and how we beat, and then we ended up beating Man U's C squad 2-0. We're like, okay, all right, well,
we're on the way.
Yeah, we're up again, and Oxford happened.
Yeah,
and then Oxford was shit, and then here we are. We've had a draw against Bournemouth that we should have won, and we had Newcastle and Burnley, and
we should have beat Palace too. I swear we had. At least we looked good at Palace, and we just didn't finish our chances. And their 2 goals were, just pretty
jokes.
lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky. I mean, that was, but yes, but again, we shouldn't be that tight. It shouldn't have been their 2 goals to win the game. It should have been us 4, them nothing. And so if they did score those 2 goals, 4-2, we still win. We should have dominated that game. We looked at times we were dominating. Again, we have this thing about dominating possession, but not fucking scoring.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big problem. Tom Lonergan, yes, I do agree. We need a young, ambitious manager like Steve Gerrard or Lee Boyer. Would be very good options. I'd rather have Kevin Nolan than Lee Boyer, just because Kevin Nolan scares me more. And if he scares me more, then he probably would scare our team more. And that's the type of man that we need with a lot more passion. Lee Boyer, the guy's got fight. I give him that much. He's an intelligent manager. He's got his shit together, right? But he doesn't scare me at all. I'm sorry. I mean, I know he'd throw a punch at me, no problem, without even blinking an eye. That's the type of guy he is. But at the same time, this doesn't scare me. Kevin Nolan's the type of guy that you fucking listen to him. That's the type of guy Kevin Nolan is. He was an amazing captain, maybe not the best player in the world, and we had him probably, the decline of his career and stuff like that. But forget the playing days, forget captaincy. Think about management. He took a shit Notts County team and had them fucking playing amazing football down in League Two. And then I don't know what the hell happened behind the scenes, that he got fired or he left or whatever the case may be. But he would make a great manager. I'd much rather have a Kevin Nolan than Lee Boyer.
Yeah, we need somebody to, kick some ass, because I was convinced after the Everton game where we had a poor performance, I was convinced that, Noble and Pellegrini were going to light a fire under the team.
Yeah.
And then, Sheffield United, or we didn't, it was like Sheffield went to that game just to get a draw. They were, playing in a shell. And when we scored, then they came out, they got their goal, and then they just went back in their shell.
Yeah.
And they got their draw. And then since then, the other 2 games, we've, no fire, nothing. So I think we need somebody to. I thought Noble was going to do that, and now I guess he's injured and out for a while. So.
Yeah. So the thing, comparing him to Kevin Nolan is like the perfect example why I would never want Mark Noble as a manager, and the same reason why I kind of don't want Scotty Parker ever. I mean, how do I put it? As a captain, Mark Noble is he's more of a buddy. Yeah, he gets on people, but I don't think anybody's like, oh shit, he's yelling at me, I gotta step up my game.
Right.
The younger players will step up their game because they respect him as what he's accomplished with the club. They look at him as Mr. West Ham. They're not afraid of him. Who the fuck would be afraid of Mark Noble? Like, seriously.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? At the same time,
maybe Paul Pogba, but other than that.
yeah, maybe. Oh man, maybe Dimitri Payet too, because he was scared of bubbles,
right,
and everything else. But no, I seriously think that Mark Noble is a smart man. He definitely knows what to say to just get his his buddies up, get his friends up, and stuff like that. He's not like, when he puts a stern face on and starts yelling at people, I almost laugh, because I'm like, just doesn't look right, man.
Right.
I don't know. I just that's the vibe I get from it, but that's just me. Kevin Nolan, on the other hand, I mean, he fucking told me to punch myself in the face. I'd do it.
Yeah.
He scares me, man. Like
I know.
he was a great captain, great great leader, and I really think that he'd do fantastic. Well, Charlie says, no, Charlie, yeah, Charlie, without Ogbonna this year, or with Ogbonna. Okay, so with Ogbonna, 8 games we've conceded, because he said without in this, but he actually meant with. So
Mhm.
8 games conceded. I'm sorry, 8 games we've conceded 8, lost 1 without Ogbonna this season. Maybe my English no good. I
Well,
just put it here.
he's saying we've had 4 games without Ogbonna. We conceded 12 and lost 3 of the 4 games.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, but I think personally that Diop is the fucking problem.
Hmm.
But that's my personal opinion. If you go back and actually watch all of the goals, with exception of Balbuena's stupid fucking touch that went 20,000 feet in front of him
right.
into the other player's foot, with
Right.
exception of that, I'm talking about the previous matches that Balbuena's been in. He's been solid. Diop, on the other hand, has been almost near every single goal that's been given up.
Huh.
Right in there, right in the mix, doing something stupid,
Yeah.
either heading the ball into the box so the other team can score or something. But
Hmm.
that's just my observation. I tend to be overly critical of the players that I wish to do well, like Fredericks, who's doing much better. He's not there yet, Wally, but he's doing better. He's doing better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we haven't had any he hasn't given away any penalties lately, so that's good.
that's true. It looks like Neil's mentioning that someone in the under 23s would be better than Pellegrini at the moment. I'm not going to even butcher that name, but Dimitri something or other. Yeah, no, never mind. That might even do it. Players look like they don't think Pellegrini knows what he's doing, and neither do we.
Yeah, I mean, this last match, I was watching. Some of the guys would get the ball and they would hold their hands up, like, what do I do? What do I do? One of those things.
Yeah,
and that was happening multiple times. Like, don't they know what they're supposed to be doing? I'm baffled.
we all are, man.
Yeah.
And that's the shitty thing. And I say this a lot, that I wish for some way that we wish there was some way that we could watch what goes on, behind the scenes in training, instead of waiting for the in the nose, the
Right.
X's and the Claret and Hughes to let us know what they think is really going on there. Because even then we don't see it, and without seeing it, we really don't know what the fucking problem is. Just one goddamn coaches meeting. That's all I would love. I would love to sit in on one frigging coaches meeting to figure out how the hell they plan this. How the hell they look at their training sessions, how the hell they look at who's doing good and who's doing not, who's healthy, who's not, who needs more work at this. Do they even do that at all? Do they even do that at all?
Yeah.
And then looking at opponents, I remember like Allerdyce, the stories that we've heard from Jack Collison and everybody else, and all the papers, back in the day, with that Allerdyce was the most meticulous when it came down to, researching the opponent, and he would go in depth. And I'm talking like, researching players' histories from, previous seasons, and not just looking at the team as a whole, like this season or the last season or the last couple of matches. That he'd go as far as like looking at each individual player, and like so in depth. And his training sessions, I heard, were super grueling and very meticulous. And so basically, the team was always prepared. He never had the best team, never had the best players, but his team was always prepared, whether they could do the job or not. That's what's lacking, I think. But again, we don't know that because we don't see what the fuck goes on. That's my problem.
Allardyce would never have had Zabaleta, against that super fast winger.
No.
He would have had Fredericks out there. Obviously, he would have done the scouting.
Yeah, I mean him or John. I mean whatever. He would have had.
Yeah.
He would have had the right formation of what he had. He would have. He might have, but again, he was one for also switching the formations up a bit. I mean, yeah, he loved his diamond, and he loved the 4-2-3-1, and the similar formations to what Bilic ended up using. But remember that match against Tottenham where we won like 3-0 or something like that. It was um, he played a 4-6-0. He didn't have a single fucking striker out there, and nobody saw it coming.
Huh.
And we ended up still with no strikers. We scored 3 goals that game.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. So that's the type of guy he was, and
Right.
that's why I will always, as much as I thought it was time for him to move on, I was always raising the flag for him to leave. But at the same time, man, he was good at what he did, though.
Right.
With what he had, he did much better than Bilic did, much better than Moyes, and much better than Pellegrini will do, I think.
Yeah.
And can you imagine? I mean, I'm not saying, please don't take me wrong, people. I'm not saying I want Allerdyce back, okay? But
Wow.
can you just for a second imagine if he had this squad?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the way he approaches things and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, do you really think he'd park the bus with no fucking defensive players? I mean, do you really think that's the type of you play the long ball? I mean, again, you use what you got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think he's smart enough to do that. But he had shit, and he also signed shit, so that's his fault.
Yeah.
But
well, I wish we had seen what he could have done with the English squad, because
100%.
Yeah. They had some great
100%.
players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was slagging him off. I was so excited for him because I said, you know what? He finally has talent.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Never had, not even at Bolton. I mean, when they did so well. I mean, he or Blackburn, it was the most talent that he's ever had. I mean, that would have been fantastic. And he did win a match.
Yeah.
He's 100%. He's got 100% win record with
See?
England. Yeah, Anyway, guys, all right, let's get into the. Sorry for that. Wait. So we do one last comment here. I'm sorry. Steven Gerrard has a brooding seriousness and intensity about him, and our players would have a huge. Well, first of all, yes, they would have a huge respect for him. The supporters would have a fucking huge disrespect for him for what he did to us in 2006. I don't think we'll ever forget that. But yes, no. Yeah, but no. Overall, dude, I think you're right, Thomas. I think we can get past that if he would be successful, because overall, aside from 2006, the playing career that he had, I mean, you got to respect that. And what he's doing at Rangers, it's pretty impressive, man. It's not the best league. It's not really that competitive, other than Celtic. But no, I mean, it's a similar situation where if Lampard, would respect his career, even though it wasn't with us, the majority of it. But you got to respect a guy who accomplished what he did. Anyway, let's play the final message. This one is from the guy who just can't get off American Heroes TV. He just you hear him everywhere, you see him everywhere. He has his own podcast.
Who's that, Lee? No.
Soon, I'm trying to get Lee to do a podcast, but the goddamn guy, he just won't.
Not really.
He won't commit, because once he commits, he knows he's got to do it. And he's busy with the OG debate and our Sunday night show, which actually is turning into something pretty cool. It's that week in review, where we have guests from different areas, and we had Hammers Brazil on a couple of weeks ago with him, and it was supposed to be on again, but son of a gun, Luis from Brazil texted me 25 minutes before the show, after I've already promoted the show, saying that he's going to be there. He said, "Sorry, I'm stuck in traffic on my way home from the beach." And I'm looking at the temperature, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And I'm freezing my ass off, and this guy's stuck in traffic on the way home from the beach.
Poor guy.
Bastard. But anyway, no, he's going to come back on. He definitely apologized. And I said, don't apologize at all. I'm going to get you back on. We want you involved. Hammers Brazil is going to, you're going to see a lot more of Hammers Brazil with us. You're going to see a lot more of Russian Hammers with us. You're going to see a lot more worldwide stuff with us. So stay tuned for that. But anyway,
awesome.
Final voicemail.
Right.
Have a listen.
Wayne Hammer here, one of the OGs from AHTV, and also the producer and co-host of West Ham is Why You Drink. And today is obviously an example of West Ham is Why We Drink. I was watching the match today, and I just got to say, I've been asking myself for about a year and a half now, who the fuck does Manuel Pellegrini remind me of? And it came to me. It's fucking Wurzel Gummidge. Wurzel fucking Gummidge, the scarecrow from the 1980s TV show back in England. Although I do have to say that Wurzel Gummidge had straw in his head and Manuel Pellegrini's got fuck all in his head. The man's a complete fucking idiot. And as you can probably tell, I'm now firmly placed in the Pellegrini out camp. Because the guy's a fucking dingbat. He's a total fucking dingbat. And you know what? All the fucking money this geezer's being paid, he should have a better fucking idea in his head. How many fucking weeks in a row is he going to come out and put fucking Allaire up top by himself? The guy's a stupid fucking see you next Tuesday. That's all he really is. He's a complete fucking idiot. Allaire got nothing on the ball. Absolutely nothing. Nobody fucking made it anywhere near the fucking box. It was fucking brutal. And I tell you what, I just tweeted out on our Twitter account that who would you put in goal next week from these three? And there's a picture of me, a bald-headed fat fuck in his 50s, another geezer who's probably in his 40s from Knoxville, Hammers, called why the fuck can't I think of his name right now? I'm so drunk I can't even think of his bloody name. And then my mate Indy, who's from England, that's over here, and you know what? Either three of us could definitely do a better job than that stupid neck tattoo twat, fucking Roberto. I mean, what the fuck was that going up with the fucking like kitty cat paw? What the fuck was that? The geezer has got no common sense whatsoever. I mean, when they announced that they were bringing in two goalies, you think one of the fuckers would be half decent. So I'm thinking now that maybe it's Martin that's the decent goalkeeper. So put him in fucking goal next week, or recall fucking Nathan Trott from Wimbledon. He's having a fucking blinder of a time. He could not do any worse than this tattooed twat. And that's what Roberto is, a tattooed twat that was brought on board by the fucking Wurzel Gummidge of Premier League football. And as you can tell, I've definitely had more to drink today than what I should do. And I'm sitting in my car right now, and I'm going to have a little nap before going home and doing our podcast, because today we're going to be ranting on the podcast about it. Although we do have a very good special guest, which is really wonderful. But it's going to be totally overshadowed by the fact that West Ham right now is definitely why we drink. And you know what? Love you guys out there. Thanks for listening to us, and listen to American.
No, it's too long.
Yeah, so I listened to American Hammers TV, he was going to say, but he got cut off because he was so busy promoting his own damn show rather than actually giving a rant. I mean, other than the word fucking or fuck or gummage, West Ham is why we drink is our podcast is all over it. But anyway, I love that whore. That's
I love how looking at the text, it's all F.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. No, that was he's right though. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Roberto is, just I don't know.
Martin, I think he's gonna do a good job. I think he really will. Listen, he's got experience. He's got experience in English football. I understand that he hasn't played Champions League football with Olympiacos. He hasn't done the. But the point is, he's done English football. Championship is one of the most difficult leagues, which is also a reason why I would never let Nathan Trott get a first team match with West Ham, because he's not played at this level. It's League One. League One is not Championship. It's not, it's not the Premier League. Totally different fucking ball game. He'd look like him. This is what would happen if we put Nathan Trott out there. He'd look like fucking Roberto. Would all get on his ass, and then would never see Nathan Trott again. Versus letting him stay down there, develop, and get better. Eventually go on loan to a championship club next season, and maybe see more of him, and then maybe become our first team goalkeeper in a few years, like he should. But what would happen is we'd stupidly would put him out there. Throw him out there, he'd fucking lose 4-0, and then we'd fucking be like, this kid sucks.
Right.
And then he'd fucking lose confidence and we'd never see him again. And that would be a shame. So all you, let's get Nathan Trott out there, people. No. Just stop. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Can you guys talk about the leaks coming out of the West Ham trying to throw fuselage under the bus in order to deflect heat from the board. It's completely disgraceful and makes us a laughing stock. I'll pull it up here. Yes, I think I mentioned something about that, or somebody mentioned something about that on our show, one of our shows recently. But we could talk about that. What do you think about that, Wally? Did you hear those leaks about? I think it might have been like there was a leak that Sullivan said. In a nutshell, Houston lost is our scapegoat. We're not going to fire Pellegrini, but we'll get rid of this guy because he made a piss poor, transfers.
Yeah, I heard that rumor, but I think he's done pretty good job, with
Same
bringing
here.
in players. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I think you may be right. It's just to get the heat off of Pellegrini and throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah.
But that's a shame. I don't think that should happen. I mean, he brought. We were all excited when Allaire came on board, and Anderson he's brought in some decent players. That's why I'm baffled that we're not doing better. We've got some fine players for once, and I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. It'd be typical David Sullivan or typical whoever the fuck leaked. I mean, the West Ham media, I guess, even because there's no need. It is a deflection, and there's no need to make him a scapegoat. Pellegrini, Sullivan. I mean, everybody had their hands in all these transfers. And the fact that Fornells has been a £23 million, £22 million, whatever it was, flop. I don't buy it. He just needs more time, like Anderson did.
Yeah.
Anderson,
Right.
Needed a full season really to, get under his belt. He started to play well at the beginning of this season, and shit's hitting the fan. But I don't think it's Anderson's fault. I think a lot of it is instructions.
Yeah.
It's coaching, and that's the other thing. Who besides Pellegrini's on this fucking coaching staff? He's got a full fucking coaching staff.
Yeah.
What are these idiots telling people? What are the on the training pitch? They're like, preparing for a match coming up, and they're like, all right, when you get to the box, it's just imagine an electric fence, and you can't go past it. You're not allowed to go inside the box, and maybe it's just like lost in translation or something like that. Because I know there's like different languages involved. But anyway, the point is, I don't think that. I think there's something going on there. That's why I really, really, really am dying to hear or see what the hell goes on in the training ground, because it looks like these players are doing things for a reason. It doesn't look like they're, they do a high line for a reason. That's what they're told to do.
Right.
They're doing, they set up a certain way. I mean, there's got to be other intricate instructions like, okay, when you get to, the box, you got to look in. If there's no one there, you got to do one, blah, 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 blah. And so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever that is. We don't know.
Yeah, and I hate when I see the players holding up their hands. What do I do? I got the ball. What do I do with it? I mean,
yeah,
that's just shocking to me.
Asinine. Yeah.
Premier League, they should know, and the other players should know what they're going to be anticipating, what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just shocked by that.
Yeah. Well, we got 5 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the. I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to do a little of this and a little of this. We're gonna do a little talking and maybe pull up something real quick. Wally's wearing a nice, cool T-shirt.
Yeah, look at that.
He purchased from ahtv.threadless.com. What do you think about it, Wally? Like you got the actual thing in your hand. So
yeah, no, they're great, and they're reasonably priced, very comfortable. And this other one that I got, the one with like the '60s lettering, I love this one. This one came out really great.
That's my favorite, man.
Yeah, I love it.
On black too, I love that.
Yeah,
that looks so much better.
Came out awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what it was gonna be like, but
I know.
Yeah. There's another with that '60s design. There's a really cool throw pillow. It looks really awesome on a throw pillow, like to put on your couch or whatever. I mean, that's the one that I want to get. We also have random things. So basically, all the designs that are in our shop, we have tons of designs. There's American Hammers Radio merch, American Hammers TV, American Hammers Network. there's like 6 or 7 different supporters clubs that have put their logo in our shop. Our shop is full of designs and logos. If you click on the design or logo, it brings you to another page where you can change from home to accessories to women's to kids to men's to whatever. And then once you pull up, say, men's, you can click on where it says t-shirt to like, oh, well, there's not only 5 different types of t-shirt. There's a regular t-shirt. There's an extra soft t-shirt. There's this t-shirt, all priced differently, blah, 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 blah. There's also multiple colors, multiple sizes, worldwide shipping. You click on the right-hand side and where it says like whatever shirt it is, and then it'll scroll down and say, oh, shit, zip-up hoodie? Oh, I like zip-up hoodies. I can't stand the pullovers. Oh, they have pullovers too? Oh, I can't stand zip-ups. Vice versa, tank tops, whole 9 yards. You go to home, they got like fine prints. They got really cool stuff. Oh, bath mats. I mean, how awesome would it be to have a West Ham United or like the you can't see it, but behind me there's a sugar skull, a really cool looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And other things like on a shower curtain. We got shower curtains, man. We got drapes. We got pillows, blankets, skateboards too. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So tons of cool stuff. You know, it helps support the show. If you like the show and you can buy something, please buy something. That'd be great. It helps us out. If you buy something of a particular show, like say if you buy the West Ham, no, sorry, We Are the Girls in Claret and Blue shirt or whatever from them, they get half the money. I'm sorry, half of the profit. So, you know, they can go to help them buy better equipment so they can do their show better. Same thing with any of the other shows. We're going to be getting a Friday Night Likes t-shirt in there soon, an OG Debate shirt in there too as well. So it does the same thing. It helps, you know, with the show. That's what everything in the shop technically, like even our half of the profit, it goes to like all of our services, everything else helps the show. The supporters clubs as well. You buy a Mississippi Hammer shirt, which somebody from New Jersey did, which is like, whoa. Somebody from New Jersey who doesn't even know Alex bought a Mississippi Hammer shirt. You know, Alex gives 50% of that, you know, the profit, which is awesome. I mean, that helps out the clubs, you know, helps them pay for their beer tabs, etc. Like Bayou Ironworks, Philly Hammers is now in there, Russian Hammers.
Right.
We're working on Hindu Hammers or something. I
Really?
don't know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tremendous.
there's a whole bunch, man, that we're like in discussion, trying to get the logo right for all the images, blah blah blah. We're going completely bananas with this. So there's tons of cool stuff. So say you got like Russian, you know, descendancy or something like that, you could buy a Russian Hammer shirt. That's fucking cool. Actually, you know what, the logo looks pretty cool anyway. I'd probably buy one just for the hell of it. You know, so just go on to ahtv.threadless.com. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank Wally for joining me tonight. First and foremost,
Pleasure.
it
was fun.
I want to thank everybody in the chat room. Oh yeah. So Charlie Boy just mentioned something in the chat room, and we're gonna have we're gonna have a caricature of him in the
Nice.
on a shirt and all this other stuff. But the best part is it's from I'm not sure if the image is actually pulled from the most recent supporters post-match reaction. If you guys have not seen the post-match reaction video that we have, where it's like a bunch of different videos of people who are American West Ham supporters, watch Charlie's. it's oh my god, man. I mean, the first line, it was like, what the fuck was that? He's got a cigar, he's got a drink in his hand, and he's got a gold chain. I love Charlie, man.
It's like Brooklyn meets Canning Town. I mean, his dad is from Canning Town, and he's in Brooklyn. It's a riot.
He said, "Don't piss on me and call it rain." I love that. Oh man, I was fucking dying. I showed my kids and everything else, man. I was like, "Listen, you gotta see this. This is hilarious." I showed my coworkers, my wife, and everybody. Yeah. So listen, metal on both legs. Thanks for popping in. He says you can't win a footy game if no one shoots at the effing goal. Drink. It's 1:42 a.m. Yeah, you know what? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Just so everybody knows, we got to go. Sorry, but we have a show coming up real soon,
yeah.
and they got to get in here and do their thing.
That's right.
It's going to be Ray Borm, who we've had on the show before. He's hosted the show. He's been on Friday Night Lights and a bunch of other shows. We interviewed him. We got Katie Curlin from Philadelphia, who is going to be Ray's co-host. We've interviewed her. She's also been on a couple other shows of ours too. And they're going to interview Adam from West Ham is Why We Drink. And I'm going to swear to God, next time I hear West Ham, I'm getting sick of that. You know, West Ham. Anyway, listen, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night with the OG debate.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.